Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Hope you are great. Black people are very funny though. I am sure you have seen video of I think she's African, but she's in United States of America, who is saying that the way Americans will say that black people or black children are suffering in Africa, and she was like, "Children, eat your food. Eat your food. There are so many starving children in America." And that really got so many attentions because you and I remember that America, like if you ask America what's up with Africa, they will tell you that there are hungry children there. They don't go to school and all that. I don't know how they always get picture of a child in her natural habitat and maybe with a big tummy and flies all over. I don't know how they do that, but they does it amazingly great. So they will tell you to donate $1 or $2. Some of you may have donated to donated to it. Be sincere. You can tell me in the comment section. This is all fun because the media painted every one of us blue black, but it's all good. We are learning, right? So let me know if you ever donated one cent or $1 to African children that are suffering and the rest of it. So black people are very hilarious, and they are really laughing so hard that the reverse, like the whole thing has just reversed, and Africans are now telling Americans that they will get food for them. Let's get into this video.
You must eat all of your food, children. You must eat all of your foods. There are hungry children starving in America.
Okay, there is a viral video with this woman, and she has basically flipped the switch, and it is driving people crazy. It's just hilarious. So, there's a part where it's not funny, really. It has to do with the SNAP benefits and people in the US using food banks. For years, do you remember when you were a kid, if you didn't eat all of the food on your plate, your mom would be like, eat all the food because there's children in Africa who are starving right now and who'd be grateful for that food, right? Well, apparently this lady turned around and she's eating and she's like, eat all your food, kids. There's children in like the United States who are starving. And so people were like, I can't believe she actually said that, right? Because the United States is like the richest country in the world, right? But anyhow, she's right. There is a crisis for food in the United States right now, and people are using food banks, and now it's like SNAP benefits have been reduced or like stopped for a period of time. And it's going through the courts and everything. So it's a real issue. But it was so shocking. So there's so many Americans who are out there right now like, I can't believe she's saying this. So in one way it's funny because it's like, you know, she turned it around on them, something that, you probably say all the time but you don't know where it's from. She used that on Americans, but it's really not funny if you think about it because like these are actual people who are really starving. So I don't know, it's funny to see that she switched it around on people because, people always have this preconceived notion that Africa is so poor and they're all starving and stuff like that. And no, there's some really beautiful metropolitan places in Africa and people don't live in huts or anything. They live in beautiful mansions and stuff like that in some places in Africa. So yeah, it was nice to see, but it was kind of like, you giggle for 5 seconds and then you remember that those are actual people there who are starving.
Yo, to the African lady who told her kids she need to eat because there's starving kids in America, bravo, ma'am. Bravo. You won Video of the Year. Okay? The ultimate Uno reverse. That joint is so hilarious, especially with what's going on. It's like, can you imagine? And like, I'm a visual person in my head, so like, I'll be creating scenarios. So it's like, they're gonna have like this little bony kid walking through the streets of Alabama with like a tattered MAGA shirt on, and the joint's gonna come on. What's it? In the arms of the angel. Just for 50 cents a day, you too can feed an American child. Oh my goodness, boy. in Alabama, they are really hungry. Like the commercials. And then, like, yo, what Africans need to do right now is they need to get together and they need to do a feed the world towards America. Like, I'm telling y'all, that would be chef's kiss. Heck, I even do it. Because if y'all don't know, back in the 80s, when they were talking about Africa and the drought and them not having food, like a bunch of UK singers did a song like, Do They Know It's Christmas Time at All? Because, you know, what's going on over there at the time. So if y'all do that, do they know it's Christmas time at all? Like, man, listen. I might have to do that my doggone self because that would just be the cherry on top of an already crazy situation. What's happening? When 2020 happened, we had to cross over into a portal or something. Like, something happened to the world and things just got ridiculous. And we still got 5 more years of this decade. Lord Jesus, God help us all.
So I'm sure most of you have seen this viral video where this young lady from Africa absolutely cooked us, roasted us, deep broiled us. In regards to, you know how Americans made the jokes about Africa and calling them poor, and those infomercials that used to come on. Well, she did like a cute little key back on the United States citizens because we lost our food stamps or whatever the case may be. And the reason I want to make this video is because one thing I love about Black Americans especially is 2 things. 1, they know how to take accountability for the most part. And 2, they know how to take a goddamn joke for the most part. I wanted to give Black Americans their props for not being weird about it and going to her comment section and trying to mass report her and trying to make 20-minute videos, you know what I'm saying, trying to get paid off of you get what I'm trying to say. Black Americans wasn't on that type of time. They saw her video, they laughed their ass off, and they're like, yeah, you know what? We had it coming. We had it coming. I love to see shit like that. Shouts out to Black Americans for that, for real. Foods. There are hungry children starving in America.
That's wild in so many ways, for so many reasons. 1, it's true and very, very sad. 2, the U.S. has been racist for years for apparently making this comment, the eat all your food because there are starving children in Africa. There are starving children everywhere around the world, and there always has been. So, like, why did people say that so much? But yeah, tell me why when I saw that, the first thing I did was laugh because, yeah, Africa, moms in Africa right now. Yeah, there are children starving in America. It's not funny, but first instinct is to laugh and then to rage for how true and outrageous and unnecessary it is that this is happening right now in the world.
For only 53 cents a day, you too can become a sponsor.
Bro, this is top tier comedy. Hey, listen, I gotta say this. I'm not taking up. Hey, listen, I am not taking responsibility for what white people did. Only thing could have been better is you to put a white child on the picture. Okay, a skinny white child on the piece picture and send that out. That's the only way this would have been even better. I am not taking responsibility for what white people did. Absolutely not. I'm telling you right now. Them was the white people that had y'all commercial that had the African babies all over the screen and had people sending in donations to feed African children. Them was white people. Place the blame where it need to go, baby. That's pretty funny though, y'all. Y'all ate us the fuck up on that window.
Have y'all seen the TikTok where the African lady she feeding her kids and she says, "Children, eat all your food because there's Americans starving." It's it. We deserve it because we grew up with that. And then there's another one. She said, for 54 cents a day, you can feed an American. We grew up hearing that. You got to finish your food because there's kids in Africa starving. And now I guess we know how it feels. Touche, lady. Well played. You can't even be mad at it. I think that we all need a chuckle. Please don't send me hate mail saying, well, there's really are people. It is very serious, but I'm just saying we did grow up hearing that. And the lady does deserve to roast us because of now that the shoe is on the other foot. Yeah, we hear how ridiculous it sounds to say that 54 cent can feed a family of four. But we believed it and we would send our money in. I want to save the people over in Africa. Oh, lady, you made my day with that one.
Another thing, did you guys see the African lady who is on here telling her kids don't waste their food, like eat all the food because kids are starving in America?
You must eat all of your food, children. You must eat all of your foods. There are hungry children starving in America.
No, listen, the reason why I laugh is because it's really funny. I mean, this lady say, like, don't waste the food. There's kids starving. And she not lying. She is not lying. She tell no lie because we're struggling to get this administration to give some food stamps. They did give some, but they didn't give all. That's what I heard. And then 20 minutes ago, I saw Aaron Pana saying that they filed some other emergency appeal, something to stop with the rest of funding for the food stamps. Like, they're really not trying to give no more money. So that African lady, she not wrong. Don't waste the food because children is starving in the #1 country of the world. Children here is starving. She not wrong.
The lady in South Africa that did a spoof with her kids about Americans not eating. She's sitting at the
South African, yeah. No, the lady from South Africa is not from South Africa. In fact, she's not even in Africa. She's actually an American. You can just go through her content. She went to elementary school in Massachusetts. So, yeah, Envy Finesse's brilliant spoofs are even better because she is in America. So she understands the dire situation in America. But I think it also highlights how condescending those ads on Africa were. So just want to tell you, she's not a South African lady. She's actually in America. And remember, Africa is a continent. There are 54 countries. And South Africa is one of those countries.
I just woke up, ain't even brushed my teeth yet. And the first thing I saw was this video of this mother in Africa with her 2-3 kids at the dinner table. And they were all eating. And she was like, eat all your food. Don't waste anything. There's people starving in America. Well, listen, she ain't had to come for us like that, boy. Yeah, there's people starving in America. The fact that I actually heard this growing up, don't waste any food because there's people starving in Africa, and then to see that this woman told her African babies not to fucking waste their food because there's people starving in America, clearly because of the whole SNAP restriction that the Republicans swear is our fault. Yeah, so I'm not making fun of us not having SNAP benefits. I don't even have them. I wish I did. But it's just the irony of that.
There's a video of an African woman on here telling her kids to eat because kids in America are starving. Man, when I say that shit is so motherfucking funny, if you don't find that shit funny at all, you just don't have no fucking humor. Because all these years, America have said Africans don't have no food, they don't wear no shoes, they live in mud houses, they chase lions, There's been so many stereotypes about Africa that led Americans to really think that's how it is back there. And I know because I'm African myself. When I say she Una reversed it on your ass, this is the funniest shit I have seen all fucking morning. And then she had the nerves to play the song in the background. In the arms of the angel. You know, that song is supposed to make you want to donate. That shit is so funny as fuck. And I kudo her for that because, sister, they play with us so long. This is our moment to shine now. I live in the U.S. though, but I'm still sad because we are literally going through starvation due to the government shutdown. No EBT. People are going to nearby food banks and they're running out of food. Now Africa has to collect money to feed the American children. That shit is so funny as fuck. And if you don't find it funny, you just take life extremely too.
The way that African lady just pulled the Uno reverse is funny as fuck. Because why the fuck did she tell her kids, oh, that they need to eat all their food because there's kids in America starving? Shorty waited her whole life to say that. Because that's like, you know, us seeing the commercial of, you know, the African kids starving. Like, y'all play too much. Y'all.
Guys, I've been laughing since morning. Americans, how did the tables turn? Like, 50 years after, the tables have turned. How did you guys get here? If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch this.
You must eat all of your food, children. You must eat all of your foods. There are hungry children starving in America.
This should be this video is going viral. Like, how is it possible? Did you hear the sound? Like the the sound playing, and then the fact that it's the fact that people can't fathom the fact that she's saying that kids are going hungry in America. Like, Americans are not gonna take this lightly. They're not gonna take this line down. It's there's another video she did begging for money.
Did y'all see the video of the African mom telling her kids to eat all of their food because they're starving children in America? She clocked her teeth.
Bro, after all these years, Africa got their clap back. I'm not gonna lie. And they ate that. No pun intended. But they ate that. Like, you know how the saying not the saying, but you know how our parents used to tell us, make sure you eat all your food because they're starving kids in Africa. And now she made a whole video talk about, for 53 cents a day, you can feed a child in America. And then you hear the music in the background too. Make the world a better place for you and for me, whatever. Yo, the irony? Nah. And she also had another video talking about telling her kids, make sure you eat all your food because there's starving children in America. Yo, she ain't right for that. She ain't right for that.
And feed a starving child in the United States.
No, but why did she? Alright, I had to stitch this video because the original video had the stitches turned off. But this is the lady. This is the African lady who tells her children to eat because there are starving children in America. Like, yeah. And not only is this funny because the tables have so clearly turned, but this reminds me, like, as far back from my mother's childhood. So we're talking the 50s and the 60s. Her mother used to give her the line about, you know, eat your food, finish your food because there are starving children in Africa or wherever, some other foreign part of the world, third world part of the world. There were starving children, so you should appreciate the food on your plate. And now here we are tables completely turned. I mean, I shouldn't laugh, but there's just the irony. Oh, and by the way, please send food. Please.
A brochure.
Loving the Uno reverse. So let me ask. I'm an American, okay? If I send you my baby picture, okay? Someplace where I'm like down Badlands or something. Can I get in on the sponsorship? Can I get a sponsor? Cause listen, you order something. Can I get a sponsor if I send you my baby picture? Because listen.
Y'all, so I was on live and a friend told me about the African lady saying how kids are starving in America. I can't, cause what?
Oh no, my baby, come now. I have to tell you something. No, this is good. Do you know that right now in the United States of America, the citizens are lining up the streets and around the block at the food pantry in order to receive a ration of food to feed the starving children in their home. Some of these people must take time off work to go to the food pantry and receive their rations so they can have food for the starving children to eat. Some are still working with no check. Oh, no check. They work for no pay, like a slave. They work for free. Yes, right now in America. I am just curious. When they are lining up to the food pantry to get their ration of food so they don't starve, why are so many of them forgetting to wear the red hat they were so proud of not so long ago? Oh, my God, on today. Oh no, my baby, come. I want to talk to you. I want to tell you something. Listen, we are going to the United States of America for the dream. Do you know how glorious it will be? Eh? I want to tell you something. Do you know that SNAP benefits and EBT benefits was called food stamps when it was first enacted in the United States of America? It was a program to supplement low-income families. Do you know that Black Americans were not eligible to receive this assistance for another 25 years after it was first developed? Yeah? Listen to me now. If it was a program designed for only Black and brown people, it never would have come to pass. It never would have come to pass. In the 1980s, the United States of America had a president named Ronald Reagan. Oh, he was an evil man. He was an evil man. He has reserved his seat in a very hot place, and he will be there for eternity. He constructed the idea of a fictional woman and depicted the black mother as the welfare queen. But the truth is, the original welfare queen, who was charged with dozens of counts of welfare and food stamp fraud, her name was Linda Taylor. Linda Taylor was the product of a white mother and a biracial father. She did not look black. She did not pass for black. She did not claim to be black. And she did not want to be perceived as black. She passed as white, Jewish, Greek, and all of these things of the sort, but never black. Because she knew if she had represented herself as a black or Negro woman, that these advantages would never have been awarded to her. My God, on today, we are going to tell the truth on today.
Clowning Americans, watch this.
You must eat all of your food, children. You must eat all of your foods. There are hungry children starving in America.
Africa, get y'all moms, man. We going through enough bullshit with Dookie Booty. We don't need this karma right now. The Supreme Court just told Dookie and his administration they ain't got to pay out the SNAP benefits. And here y'all go poking fun at our starving babies. Fucked up, man. They granted them a temporary pause on distributing the full SNAP benefits. And now they get to wait until the appeal is resolved. That means that they don't have to immediately disperse the SNAP benefits. They can wait until the appeals court resolves this matter. But their whole argument with the appeals court is that they don't have the funding for SNAP, that they would have to pull from other programs, and that it would create illegal/constitutional issues. Now, why the fuck wouldn't they have the emergency funds for SNAP? Why wouldn't they have the funds that were reserved for SNAP in case the government shut down? Where the fuck are they? But hopefully the appeals court will enforce the first ruling instead of overturn it. And then they'll have to pay out the full benefits. But as of right now, most people have not got their SNAP benefits. Some people have gotten SNAP benefits, which I think is state funded. I don't think it's coming out of the emergency federal fund. I think it's coming out of your state emergency fund. So for those people who have gotten their SNAP benefits, that's probably where it came from. But ain't nobody got their stamps yet where I'm at. So I guess it's state by state. Hopefully they get this shit resolved by Monday, Tuesday, soon. But I ain't even gonna lie, we deserve that karma. She got her lick back for her whole continent.
Eat all your food. Don't waste anything. There's people starving in America.
This makes me laugh so much. So, I didn't use this with my kids. I raised 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. They are 25, 21, and 19. And I made home cooked meals from scratch, you know, and when they were little, I would have them take a bite of each of the things that they didn't like, 2 bites, and just to whatever, and they did it, and they never really had an issue with eating what I cooked. However, when I raised another woman's children, 3 boys, I struggled because they wouldn't eat anything that wasn't ultra processed, like frozen chicken nuggets and ramen noodles. And when I made my healthy home cooked from scratch meals, they were like, ugh, and I'd never seen that in my life. I mean, I think with one of the meals I figured it out that the oldest just didn't like red sauce on pasta, so I would make him Alfredo. But even when I made that from scratch, nobody liked it. They only liked like the jarred Alfredo sauce. I couldn't wrap my head around that. I think I used that with them, that there were starving kids in Africa. So, touche.
This is all I got from this video. I am sure the day I saw this video, I was like, what? What did I just watch? But to think of it, that woman is actually, I love the fact that she understands how EBT and all that and how Black people were not, like she explained all that perfectly well. Then I took a look at her picture. She doesn't even live in Africa. She might be African from her accent. I don't know where she's from, but she's in America, and she is rooting for, she acts properly like a Black woman because she explained what they have done to Black people and what how EBT started and how Black people were not, it was not designed with Black people in mind and all that. So she came really correct. And the fact that Black people are laughing at this is very hilarious even. But then I don't want to laugh, because people are suffering. But I am not going to take it really very serious. This is not a serious video, right? But there is something I must tell us. That is you and I, you that is watching this video, and we can all laugh it off. Know that you probably may have donated $1 or $2 to some, I don't know if it's orphanage or missionary going to Africa to save the dying children. And this is not supposed to be funny. But it's funny because this is what they know Africa as with. This is the paint they painted Africa. And the media did amazingly well with it. That everybody, including you, actually thought that Africa was was just that. Hey, don't just go there. Once you get there, you see a baby with protruding tummy, especially that one. And then another one is you see a child. I don't know where they used to get the flies that they put on the baby. They probably put flies, or they go to northern state, because there are some northern like in some countries, right? In Africa, in the northern state, there are some places that there are much flies. Like they have a lot of flies because it's yeah, like that. I don't know why, but this is not my first time. I know that, but I don't know why there are flies. But mostly in the northern part, I think it's because it's very hot or something like that. Yeah, so they probably look for flies and set the child and take the picture. This is something everybody is very much aware of. And there is always, they go to Africa with their camera that I don't know where they buy that camera. They always take to Africa. Sincerely speaking, you will never see them take pictures of beautiful trees, pictures of beautiful farms, landed, so many beautiful things in Africa. They just go, they have that is why they have target all each time you see them going to Africa. You see them straight up to that child, a child that is in her natural habitat. Take her picture in her natural habitat, and then set the child, or probably a child that just finished feeding herself. And when you feed yourself, your stomach is big, children, and you are naked and all that, and that is the end of it. Then they will use it and come and solicit for fund that every year they will send you brochure of how the child you are feeding is doing. Oh, God forbid. So that is why I am actually laughing. I know people not feeding is something people shouldn't laugh about, but this particular one is very funny. Why? Because you and I know it's true. Yeah. But I am not laughing at people starving, but I am laughing at the concept. The reverse, the whole thing just reversed. And the Black people are very funny people though. But yeah, it is what it is. I will draw the curtain here. Bye for now.